Coming up on the Empowered Woman podcast.
The women that hear my story, my why, they're like, it either resonates with them or it doesn't, right? And if it resonates with them, then they want to be a part of it. They want to be a part of a culture that is so supportive. And so I get to surround myself with women who are super supportive.
Yeah. Welcome to the Empowered Woman podcast, the #1 show on personal growth, visibility, and profit for women entrepreneurs. If you're wanting to get empowered to be seen, stand out on social media, stages, TV, and more to make an impact with your voice in business, you're in the right place. I am so glad that you're here. My name is Marta Spurk, and I'm your host, empowerment coach, visibility and marketing expert, and all things motivation extraordinaire. Welcome again, and let's dive into today's episode. Hi, Beth. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Marta. Thanks for having me here today.
Yes, I'm so excited for us to chat. It's kind of been a whirlwind ever since we connected, because we connected through a mutual friend, Starla, and then we had our connection. And then right off the bat, you invited me to your event, which I'm super excited about, and we're going to talk about it for sure. So it's been fun. It's been fun to see how many things we have in common. It's also nice to connect with somebody that's local, so we'll get to meet in person. Yay! Which is fun as well. So without further ado, tell us who you are and what you do.
Thanks. So I am Beth Boen, and I am the founder of She Leads Group, which is a national women's networking and leads group organization.
I love it. And you also have, or you started out with another business in marketing, and then this came about, and I'm excited for you to share the story with us. I always love starting with talking more about your personality type. I know we have a lot in common in that sense too, like being connectors, having no problem being in front of people and talking and promoting things, which is fun, but not everybody resonates with that. Not everybody is this way. And that's why we end up going down the road and down the routes of our businesses, is because we have certain skills and tendencies as well. So I'd love for you to share a little bit more about your personality and the reasons why you ended up going down the routes of starting your businesses.
Thanks. So yes, I actually came out of the corporate world. I was a corporate marketing director, and I left that job to start my own marketing consultancy when my son was an infant. I thought it would be easy, but little did I know how challenging that would be. And so I had a very successful marketing consultancy. I was able to be at home a lot with my son, which was really important to me. And it was probably, I don't know, maybe like 8 years into it. And I was like, I am just not fulfilled in this. What is it that I really love to do? And what I really love to do is I love networking. I love connecting people. I think my superpower is being able to see who needs to meet who. And I think that is a gift. Like, I have that marketing brain that I can really, know, oh, you need to meet so-and-so.
Yeah.
And here's why. And it's a win-win. So I love to do that. I realized I wanted to be more in that lane of referral marketing and relationship marketing. And I'm really big into providing a great customer experience and have a lot of training in customer service and customer experience. So I was in a leads group, one of your traditional type leads groups for my marketing consultancy. And I had been in it for 3 years. I was the top lead passer. I was at every single weekly meeting, unless I was legitimately sick or on vacation. And an immediate family member was diagnosed with a life-changing diagnosis. And it really just turned my life upside down. In that instant of when all this bad stuff was happening, I had to reconsider everything that I was doing because I had to be there for my family member. Yeah. And so I went to my leads group that I was in, and I said, here's what's going on in my personal life. And I need to take a hiatus, thinking, oh, they're going to let me do that. I'm like the top lead passer. I've been here for 3 years. And the president of the group said to me, and I quote, either you're here all the time or you're not here at all.
Wow.
It was like a huge gut punch, Marta. I was like, what just happened? And I think I might have had a few choice words for the guy who said that to me.
Justifiably so. Oh man.
Like, what the heck just happened? And so obviously I left to take care of my family member, made sure, they were well taken care of. And the second gut punch came when none of the members in that group even reached out to me to see if my family member or myself was okay. And was there anything they could do to
Right.
support me in what I was going through? But no time for a pity party for me. I just had to move on and take care of my family member, right? So I did that. And about 7 months later, I was ready to start networking again. And I was like, there has to be a women's group out there or some kind of networking group out there that really is going to appreciate women for the dual role that we play. And, being a caregiver to a loved one, be it a child, be it our fur babies, be it our aging parents.
Yeah.
My husband's mother broke her hip, and I was the one that was there taking her to doctor's appointments and driving her to the store and wheeling her around, and so we really do have that caregiver role as a full-time job, as well as the careers and businesses that we're trying to run. And I really wanted to find an organization that would, be supportive of those roles that we play as women. And I couldn't find what I was looking for. I could find all different kinds of women's groups. They weren't for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, I've been networking in Denver for 10 years. I'll just start my own thing.
There you go. Love it.
So that's how She Leads Group started.
Oh my gosh. That's such a fabulous story. And again, two peas in a pod. If I don't find what I need, I'll just create it.
Exactly.
That's been my philosophy. And it works, right? And then because not everybody is going to have that initiative, the drive, or even the calling, let's just put it that way. They're meant to do other things. And so for those of us who like to start things, others can benefit from it and then support us as well. So that's the next thing I was going to ask, whether it be with your former business or leaving corporate, or now that you have built this community and this networking business to such great lengths all over the country. Who were your biggest supporters, or did you have some resistance and pushback from some? Obviously, you talked about the lack of support that you had for your personal life with that original group, but moving forward as you started these endeavors, tell us more about what was the talk around you? Was it mostly supportive or not?
So it was really awesome because, like I said, I had been networking in Denver for 10 years. So I called up all the women business owners that I knew, and I'm like, hey, are you tired of, these traditional leads groups? And I'm thinking about starting my own thing. Do you want to be a part of it? And everybody was like, yeah, we're tired of those same old groups too. And yes, we'd definitely be interested. And so I put together this group of women, and they were all super supportive. Two of my founding members, after nearly 7 years, because I'm coming up on my 7-year anniversary, two of my founding members are still with me. And the women that hear my story, my why, they're like, it either resonates with them or it doesn't, right? And if it resonates with them, then they want to be a part of it. They want to be a part of a culture that is so supportive. And so I get to surround myself with women who are super supportive. Yeah. My husband, he was my rock through all this. Without him, I couldn't have taken on this endeavor. So he was super supportive. And, as far as resistance goes, I think the resistance maybe comes because we do things a little bit differently. And so one of the things that we don't allow in She Leads Group are the network marketing businesses and direct sales type businesses. We're really looking for women who have started a business from the ground up, which involves a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, as you know. So, and more established businesses too. And so, sometimes I may not be popular because we don't allow startups and we don't allow those other types of businesses. But I mean, that's what I stand on, and that's okay. That it's not for everyone, right?
Exactly. Right. And that's, I think, the resistance that we feel ourselves, or the fear in starting something, whether it be a business or whatever it is, because then we already anticipate the people that are not going to support, or they're not going to understand or like it. But that's the very reason why we start something new, is because we want to do it a certain way. And yeah, some people are not going to resonate with it. And that is okay. Which brings me to my next point. You kind of already touched on that. I like to talk about forgiveness a lot because, as you said, blood, sweat, and tears, there's lots that come up. I always say that getting married, having children, and starting a business are the best roads to realize what you're made of, right?
Yes.
To challenge yourself, to get a good look in the mirror, um, and see, how you do under pressure and under challenging situations. So have there been any instances or anything that you can talk about in terms of forgiveness, whether it been for those people that didn't support you, but then in a way it was a great silver lining because look at you now, right? Or even yourself, like, perceived mistakes, failures. I say perceived because I think everything is stepping stones, but whatever you can add to this.
Yes. So I would say, I'm very grateful for that other group and the president of that group that said either you're here all the time or you're not here at all, because this is what I do full time now is She Leads Group. I don't do the marketing consulting anymore. Obviously my members get to benefit from my knowledge of marketing. So I'm very thankful for that opportunity that I was given.
Totally.
And then, I think my biggest area around forgiveness has had to be with, my son went to a different school before the school he's in now. He's in a great school right now, but the school that he was in previously, there was a student and a teacher who bullied my son, and it was just awful. And we had a principal who didn't do anything about it, wanted to believe his teacher, even though I had all the proof and all the emails. And that one, forgiving that situation, that one's been a little harder for me, but we're supposed to forgive people. And so I've worked really hard at forgiving those involved in that situation. And I think on all of, like the areas of around forgiveness, that's the big one, is having to forgive that.
Oh my gosh, whenever it involves our kids, it definitely hits differently, right? Because in many ways we may feel powerless. It's tough. So as a mom myself, I definitely resonate. I definitely understand. So now let's talk about empowerment. I'm super excited for you to share a little bit more about the Purse Project. So for this, I always love to have guests talk about the things that they're proud of. Obviously, with you celebrating 7 years with your group and your community is amazing. Tell us more about accomplishments with the community and also about the Purse Project that I'm super excited about.
Oh my gosh, I'm super excited about the Purse Project too. So 7 years. I mean, what I would really say about that, I'm so proud of the fact that when I started this, it truly was just one group, one leads group for me to market my marketing business, right? I never started it to be a business, right? And as we started this, my founding members and I, we brainstormed all these ideas together. When I started it, they all started saying, Beth, you've got something special here. You need to expand. You need to go national. Like they were saying that to me in my first year. And I'm like, no. This is just one little leads group so I can market my marketing business, right? And so, finally I listened to all of the ladies and I started to expand locally. And I think, what I'm really proud about is like that first 3 years, I did not take a paycheck. I did not pay myself. I took all that money that people were investing in the membership to put it back into the business, to grow it, to really make it something quality. And I am proud of that. I don't know if, other people can say that when they first started their business, they didn't take a paycheck for 3 years, but it's not overnight success. And I don't think it ever is overnight success. It seems like someone has overnight success, but it's like years of blood, sweat, and tears before you finally get there. So I'm really proud of that. And then the Purse Project, oh my gosh, it's not even my idea. One of my members came to me. Wow. One of my members came to me several years ago, and she was in my Littleton chapter, and she said, Beth, it would be really great if our chapter could do some sort of community service project to give back to the community. And I said, yeah, that sounds great. Why don't we get all the chapters involved? And she's like, yeah. And the first year we put something together really fast. We did a schoolyard cleanup, but then we had more time to think about it. And so the second year that we wanted to do a service project, we knew we wanted to serve women because of our culture of women supporting women. We don't just say it, we do it. And
Right.
so we had all these ideas from all of our members. And the one idea that most of the members said, we got to do this, was the purse project. And it's where we collect gently used new purses. We fill the purses with personal care and hygiene items, maybe items that make a woman feel special. Sometimes last year we had somebody donate a whole box of beautiful costume jewelry. So every purse got a piece of jewelry in it. And we make these purse care packages for women who have maybe been displaced from their homes because of domestic violence, or women that are homeless for other reasons. We fill and distribute these purses, hundreds of them every summer. So our kickoff season starts May 9th and it ends August 22nd. And during that, about a 4-month span, we will collect, our goal this year is to collect 750 purses and fill and distribute 750 purses to 20 shelters all across the Denver metro area. Some of these shelters are drop-in day shelters. Some of them are temporary residence shelters. But we are going to get 750 purses out to these wonderful women who need to feel special and loved and remembered.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. It's such an amazing idea too. And I love what you said. It's not just about talking about women, supporting women, it's actually doing it. And, we support businesses because we are a business. But then when you think about reaching out to the community, by using our influence and our business and our relationships, that is just so huge. And I'm very excited to be a part of the event as well, and to be helping promote, because it's an amazing mission. So
definitely. Yeah, we're excited to have you be our MC.
Yay, it'll be so much fun. So last but not least, I want to talk about transformation. So whether it be how you have witnessed your own transformation through the years, as you've grown, as you've learned, with the good and the not so pleasant that has happened, and maybe even transformations from the women in your network by being a part of your work, how your work, your initiative has influenced their own transformations.
I would love to start with my members' transformations. I am so honored. I get thank you cards in the mail. I love that. I save every single one of my thank you cards that I get from my members, and I actually have them in a box in my closet. And it's really awesome to hear how She Leads Group has positively affected them in their businesses, helped them grow their businesses. We have some sort of business development training or professional development training at every meeting. And a lot of my members say, if I never got a lead, it would be worth it for me to attend these meetings just because of the value of the trainings that we get. So I think that's very transformative when we're talking about women being able to grow their businesses. As far as my transformation goes, like I said, I didn't start this as a business. So it was really transformative when I realized, hey, I really kind of like this.
Yeah, that's
and it's more than I really love it, actually. And I think back to, I used to say the best job I ever had was when I lived in Illinois, and I worked at the local newspaper when newspapers were a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the best job was, I was the marketing and promotions manager for the newspaper. And I got to do all of the interacting in the community and be a part of the chamber and this leads group. And I was everywhere networking and connecting people. And I just loved that. I got to do all the expos, like events and things like that. And so this has kind of brought me back to that, where I'm doing what I love, which is all of that, which the newspaper job used to be my favorite job. Now I have my favorite job.
Yay. You created your own favorite job. That's the best. That's what when I describe to people what I do, and they're like, oh, that's amazing. And then I realize I created the best situation for myself.
Exactly.
Right? I didn't have to go find it or have somebody else create it for me. And that is empowering in itself. Well, now for our $1 million question to close things off. Beth, what is an empowered woman?
I think an empowered woman is one who I feel I'm very independent. I do rely on my husband, but I'm also a very independent spirit, I think. And I don't know, empowerment to me feels like I am independent, but I still have the support system around me
Hmm.
that I need to be successful, because we can't be on an island all by ourselves doing things just by ourselves.
Yeah.
If you're a solopreneur, you need that support system around you. I kind of miss the interaction of being in an office, because I'm an extrovert.
Yeah.
So I think empowered means you have the tools that you need to succeed. You have the support system that you need to succeed. And you've got your tribe, your community that's going to lift you up. When things are going bad, they're going to be there for you. When things are going good, they're going to be there for you, celebrating. But I mean, I've been in too many, groups where you have to come and you have to act like your life is perfect. And
Yeah.
I don't think that's empowerment. I
Mm.
think empowerment is you get to be yourself, and it's okay if you're having a bad day, and you can talk about it and you won't be, judged
Yeah.
for whatever's going on in your life. And I
Yeah.
think that's really empowerment.
Oh, I so resonate. There's a vulnerability aspect there to be able to ask for help and realize you don't have to do it all by yourself, because it's going to lead to burnout anyway. So being proactive, being independent, but also allowing, surrounding yourself with support and allowing people to help you as well. That's beautiful. I love it. So tell us how people can connect with you and find you in case they want to check out She Leads. Maybe they're looking into joining. Tell us more about the different opportunities and where they can go, and I'll make sure and put all the links in the show notes.
So we have this big event May 9th for our Purse Project kickoff.
Yes.
It's on the west side of Littleton in Colorado. And if there's anybody that's local that would like to attend that, it's free to attend. We just ask that you would bring a purse donation. All of that information is on our website, sheleadsgroup.com. To find the events, we have all kinds of different networking events. Go to the drop-down tab that says networking events, and you can see the Purse Project there. That would be a great way to connect locally. If someone wants to connect that's not here in Colorado, I'm opening up She Leads groups all across the country, and I love to connect and do a virtual one-on-one. And they're free to reach out to me, email me, Beth@sheleadsgroup.com. Super easy email. And that's a great way to connect with me. I love networking with women. I always love trying to find at least one connection, because I feel like I'm a strategic matchmaker, and I love doing that.
That's a great title for you too, strategic matchmaker. That's so fun. Well, thank you so much for joining me, sharing more about your story and all the amazing things that you got going on. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope this episode empowered you. And if you enjoy the show, please join the Empowered Woman community on Facebook and share with friends, or leave a review on iTunes so more people can discover this empowering message. Until next time, bye.